Welcome to our inaugural streaming show for 10About Town, where we're talking about all of the fun community events that you can do, experience, enjoy in and around the Knoxville area. And to kick things off, we have two lovely ladies with us here today, Kendra Brewer with the City of Knoxville and also Janet Testerman with Young Williams Animal Center. And thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
Again are dressed for the part. Of course, we're talking about Mardi Growl, one of our favorite events in town. For people who don't know what this is, let's talk about Mardi Growl.
Can I go ahead and start?
Absolutely.
Okay. So a little brief history on Mardi Growl was the city wanted to bring some attention to the downtown dog park 20 years ago. My goodness, it flies.
Yeah.
And the only way that we kind of figured, how are we going to let people downtown who have dogs know that there's a dog park, but let's have a dog parade. And the first year we thought, if we had 20 dogs participate, then that was going to be a success. And here we are, 2 decades later, and hundreds of dogs participate every year. So
basically, the dogs take over the downtown
take
area
over.
that
Absolutely.
day. And of course, a big part of this is dressing up the dogs too.
It is. I think we're the kickoff to festival season for the city, but it is our 19th year to do Mardi Gras, and it's a tremendous event. We have hundreds of dog walkers and registrants, and they do dress up their pets. We have different categories that they're judged in. And then after the parade, we have a festival with more than 90 vendors at World's Fair Park and food trucks and all kinds of great things. So for us, it's one of our signature fundraising events, and it's a great time. Hard not to put a smile on your face.
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk about the one who will put a smile on our faces, probably. Yeah. The Grand Marshal is Jasper, the pit bull.
Yes. So the Ice Bears have been a tremendous community partner for Young Williams, and Coach Gurskus did adopt Jasper. So they are the Grand Marshals for this parade this year, and we are so excited to have them.
What are your special duties as a Grand Marshal, by the way?
I think just to absolutely draw attention, have fun, engage. We always have great crowds that are lining the streets to watch this. It's really an exciting time. So we just look to have a community member who has ideally a Young Williams ambassador and an alum, and he does. And like I said, they've been a great partner with us, and we're honored to have them.
And Kendra, as you mentioned, that this all ends in World's Fair Park.
It does.
And this is sort of a new change in fairly recent years. Way back when, it used to end in Market Square, right?
It did. Yeah. But it just grew so much. Mm-hmm. And as people have seen all over Knoxville, we're kind of becoming limited on our space where we can hold large festivals, and we want to grow these festivals. And so we actually will be starting the parade down by Smoky Stadium this year. Going along Jackson Avenue, and we'll be ending in World's Fair Park, and that's where the judging table is going to be. So make sure you grab your number, you sign up, and you get what category you want to be judged in, because everybody loves to judge a doggy in a costume. And then when you're done, just go into the performance lawn and enjoy a wonderful time with tons of vendors and your animals. And this kicks off festival season. So this has kind of become the signature event for Knoxville and the start of, festivals until Festival on the 4th. So it's kind of nonstop.
Let's talk about some of these categories. Do we know some of these categories off the top of our heads where people are being judged?
Yes.
Yeah. You know them.
We have best false spirit. We have best, look-alike. There are 6 categories, I think. So you can go to our website as well, young-williams.org/Mardi Gras, and look at our categories. Sign up if you want to be judged in a particular category. And day of, you can just decide that you want to show up. It's going to be beautiful weather, like warm, sunny. That's always the linchpin. We've done this in the snow. Knock on wood, not really any rainy years.
Not too many, but I was just commenting the other day is when we've looked back on past photos, like we haven't been able to wear the Mardi Gras t-shirts or be too festive because it's been so darn cold. You're wrapped up and bundled in scarves and jackets, and this year it's full-on Mardi Gras, just come out, dress the part, be festive, and know that the sun's going to shine and it's going to be 70, 80 degrees, and I can't think of a better way to kick off the season.
Just to get into some of the logistics, when exactly does it start and end. And you said it'll start down at Covenant Health Park this year.
So the parade will step off at 11 a.m. And however many dogs end up in the parade will determine how long the parade route is. And then everything will conclude in World's Fair Park. So it could be close to an hour parade.
And the festival goes until 3 o'clock. So, like I said, vendors, food trucks, live music. We have a kids section. So it's really great fun, and people really enjoy it. So
and is
we're
there
excited.
a cost for this?
No cost to get in. There's a cost to be in the parade. It's $15 prior to. You get a swag bag. Day of registration is $20. And like I say, it's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. So, we hope people will come out and support us.
And that's happening this Saturday.
Yes, March 7th.
March 7th. And before we go, we want to talk about what this all benefits. Let's talk more about Young Williams and how this helps.
Absolutely. Young Williams Animal Center, we have been around for over 20 years. We are the municipal shelter for the city of Knoxville and Knox County. We take in more than 10,000 animals a year across Knox County. And we have so many services and programs to help the pets and the pet owners in Knoxville. And so, we couldn't do it without the support of the community and being able to provide much needed resources, make sure that every animal has the highest quality of care while they're with us, and also trying to find them forever homes as quickly as possible.
And how are things going at the shelter right now? I know sometimes during the year it's kitten season, or we're overcrowded because of this. How are things going right now?
I mean, I used to say it's seasonal and it ebbs and flows, but really it's year round. So we are always full. Animals are coming in daily, generally 20 to 40 animals a day are coming through our doors. Kitten season is getting ready to start. And we always say, if you're interested in fostering, if you're not ready to add to your family, but you want to come help or volunteer or be a foster parent, we are grateful for everyone who wants to get involved and help us.
Well, Kendra, you also mentioned this is, again, the kickoff for the festival season. If people want to go, all right, I need to plan out all of my weekends coming up, where can they find that information?
So we actually then go to the city's website, or then go to our Facebook page, which is City of Knoxville Special Events. Did a post this morning on all the events that are coming up for the month of March. And just history-wise, Mardi Growl is always the first Saturday in March, which was always the first day of event season. So it will stay that way for many, many years to come.
Looking forward to this weekend and all that is to come after that. Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
This week, there's a special celebration of women who laid the groundwork for music as we know it. The Tennessee Archive of Moving Image and Sound and the Knox County Public Library will host a celebration of women in old-time music. There are a number of events going on in the area from Thursday through Sunday, including the life of and music of Alice Gerard, Friday at the Bijou Theater. Gerard is the event's special guest. She's a pioneer in bluegrass music and well known for her work with the late Appalachian singer Hazel Dickens. She's also a member of the Bluegrass Hall of Fame. This celebration is presented in conjunction with a feature exhibition at the Museum of East Tennessee History, which was curated by the Birthplace of Country Music. It all wraps up on Sunday. Now we're here to talk about a special exhibit in Knoxville called I've Endured, Women in Old Time Music. And here to talk with us more about that is Eric Dawson with TAMIS, and also Jesse Wilkerson, your historian at UT. And thank you both for being here. I want to talk about the exhibit first that's in town visiting. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, the Birthplace of Country Music Museum up in Bristol, Tennessee, curated this exhibit around women in old-time music, as it says. And so it's a really interesting look at the history of women who have played old-time music, country music, bluegrass, going back for a century. And so that's here in town visiting at the East Tennessee History Center at the Museum of East Tennessee History inside it.
And what sort of things can you see in the exhibit?
Well, it sort of details the history. There's a lot of video. There's a lot of music, of course, that you'll be able to hear, photographs representing a lot of women who've played this type of music over the year. And there's artifacts like instruments, of course, and playbills, and just sort of looking at their lives and the culture they were in when they were performing.
And this is something that you have studied a little bit, women in old-time music, Jesse. What does that mean exactly? What is old-time music, and who are these women that we're talking about?
Yeah, great question. So old-time music generally is considered string music. It's music that people played together. It's participatory music. Oftentimes people were playing it for leisure, and they would maybe show up at somebody's house, all play together, and then people would be dancing to the music. So we might think of it as predating a lot of commercial music. And women have always been a part of old-time music. And so the feature of the celebration this weekend will be Alice Gerrard and Hazel Dickens. And these were two women who made history in old-time music and bluegrass music. They were a duo who performed starting in the 1950s and 1960s, and they became really well known as trailblazing women in bluegrass.
And so one is no longer with us, is that right?
That's correct. Hazel Dickens died, I believe, 2012. She passed away. Alice Gerrard is still here, and she will be performing at the symposium. And she also recently released a book.
Custom Made Woman.
Yeah, titled here, Custom Made Woman, just came out with UNC Press. And there will also be a documentary that's showing about her, and she will perform.
Was it true that women had a hard time sort of being recognized for their role in this old-time music? Or are they getting recognition that is well-deserved now?
I think part of this celebration is giving them the recognition that is their due. So one thing that I'll be participating in during this celebration is a live recording of a podcast. The podcast is called The Female Bob Dylan. And that is a sort of wry title for the podcast. It's tongue-in-cheek. And so what happened oftentimes is that women who were singer-songwriters, who were coming out of the folk music scene and the bluegrass scene in the 1960s, they would always be compared to Bob Dylan. They would be called the female Bob Dylan. And it didn't matter if Bob Dylan was actually inspired by them, as he often was. And we know that Bob Dylan listened to Hazel and Alice's music. They were a powerhouse duo in bluegrass music. And so the podcast, The Female Bob Dylan, is giving women their due, and it deals with the history and legacy of these women. So we'll be talking in particular about Hazel Dickens, and we'll talk about her powerful partnership with Alice Gerrard.
Looking forward to that, and that's just one of many events that are going to be happening. Something's happening every day, right, throughout this. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, so it kicks off sort of informally on Thursday evening. We're going to have Old Time in the Old City, but Boyd's Jig and Reel is going to be hosting an Irish jam session where you can come down. Of course, Jenny Boyd, who owns that, is a big old-time fan, loves Irish music as well. And it was going to be something at Barley's, but it's been moved to the VFW Hall down on Hall of Fame Drive. That's Honky Tonk Thursday, where your own Jill Taylor sort of holds court and teaches dancing and two-step. So that'll be going on Thursday evening. And then Friday's the big day. Well, it's all big days, right? But Friday is when Alice Gerrard gets here. And she's going to be doing the Big Plate Special down at Barley's at noon. And then we're going to be showing the documentary of her life at the Bijou Theater at 7. And she will be performing after that documentary around 8:30. And again, she's 91. We're really excited that she's making the trip down here from Washington, D.C. to perform. These events are all free. The next day, we'll be over at the East Tennessee History Center starting at 11 a.m. As Jessie mentioned, she'll be in there doing the podcast with the female Bob Dylan. Alice is going to be in conversation with Emily Hilliard, who hosts the podcast, and she's also a folklorist. So she knows Alice's life really well, and we'll be discussing Custom Made Woman, this hot off the press autobiography. I just got it this weekend and have been reading it. And then Saturday night, we're going to be at the Laurel Theater for 4 different performances by women playing different kinds of old-time music. Back to the Laurel Theater Sunday afternoon for more informal kind of jam sessions. There's going to be a fiddling workshop, a dancing workshop, and that's where we really want to invite the community to come out and bring your instruments, get ready to dance, and participate with us.
That's so fun, and everything we just mentioned, all free.
It's all free, yeah.
Free. And if we mentioned so many things, if people want to go out and find more information, where can they go online? Yeah,
so this is being hosted by the Knox County Public Library with help from the Friends of the Knox County Public Library and grant from the Tennessee Arts Commission. So the Knox County Public Library is the main. If you go to the landing page there, you're going to see all the information, all the schedule. Instagram and Facebook, if you follow the East Tennessee History Center, we've been posting up a storm about all this, so hopefully you're following us there and seeing this.
All right, Eric and Jessie, thank you both so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day. Thanks for watching. More streaming up next.